Dr. Cranston is a good dentist. He has a lot of patience. My mom heard about him from a friend.
Well, when something is good, you want to tell everyone about it. My name is Zach, and you're listening to the one and only Keys for Kids. Thanks for joining me today. Last week, my friend and I went to a new burger place that just opened in our town. Let me tell you, the food was so delicious, we couldn't wait to tell everyone we knew. And you should be the same way with Jesus. If he saved you, forgave you, and guaranteed you a place in heaven, don't you want to tell all your friends about him? Psalm 107:2 says, "Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story, those he redeemed from the hand of the foe." Let's listen to our story now. It's entitled Word of Mouth. "How did your appointment go?" Dad asked as Lyla bounded into the kitchen when she and her mom returned from the dentist. "Good," Lyla replied. "No cavities." "Great," said Dad. He cut into a loaf of sourdough bread. "I was just about to have some of the bread I made this morning. Care to join me?" "Yum, my favorite." Lyla took a slice of bread and poured a glass of milk. "I saw 2 kids from my school at the dentist's office." Mom nodded as she hung up her coat. "Dr. Cranston seems to be pretty busy." "Dad, what does word of mouth mean?" Lyla asked. "It means to communicate by talking," said Dad. "Why?" "The receptionist thanked one of their patients for referring a friend to Dr. Cranston," Lyla said. "Then she said something like, 'We appreciate getting new patients by word of mouth.'" "Well, the patient must have told someone else that Dr. Cranston is a good dentist," said Dad. "Satisfied customers are great advertisements. Word of mouth is an effective way to increase business because people trust those they have relationships with and they value their experience and opinions." "I'll advertise for Dr. Cranston by word of mouth too," Lyla said. "I'll tell my friends he's a good dentist." "I'm sure he'll appreciate that," Dad said with a smile. "You can use word of mouth in other ways, too. In fact, it's something we all do every day." "You mean because we tell other people about stuff we like?" asked Lyla. "Right," said Dad. "We share our good experiences with others, and the most important thing we can share is what Jesus has done for us." "By word of mouth, right?" Lyla said. "We should tell people about him." "Yes, and also reflect his love in the way we live. Our attitudes and actions should show that Jesus has changed our hearts. They should encourage others to want to know him too," Dad said as he buttered a slice of bread. "But you're right, we should talk about him. We should tell people how loving and good Jesus is and that they can know him too." Lyla nodded as she bit into a piece of bread. "Because nothing is more satisfying than knowing Jesus." So how about you? Do you know Jesus as your Savior? Has he saved you from sin and changed your heart? Then don't keep it to yourself. Share your story with others. Spread the good news of what Jesus did for you by word of mouth so others can know him too. Share the satisfaction and joy he's given you through your words and in the way you live your life. Our key verse is found in Psalm 107, verse 2.
"Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story, those he redeemed from the hand of the foe."
And our key thought today? Tell others about Jesus.
Hey Zach, what's the best way to stay calm and not be afraid?
For me, the best way to stay calm is to pray. Sometimes I go for a walk and kind of pray to God silently, and sometimes I write my prayers down in a notebook. There are a lot of different ways to pray, but the most important thing to remember is that prayer is one of the ways that God keeps us calm. Here's a Bible verse that I hope helps. Philippians 4:6. "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything." Well, I hope that helps. I'm Zach. Thanks for listening to Keys for Kids.